That spotty shower since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington football team. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Tennessee.
Derrick Henry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Henry on the carry.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second and 4.
Draw play. This is Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 33. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Second and 4.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. The open man is Smith. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Tennessee.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's caught at the 2. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who was undrafted out of Buffalo, standing at 6'7". It's Tyree Jackson.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 68 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown. Each
team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Ball at the 24 and a second and 11. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Pass incomplete.
Trubisky's pass intended for...
And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 29-yard line.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but now it's third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On third down, Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 yards. 3.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard.
Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Washington.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With this Washington 14, Titans 7.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tyree Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now it's Henry. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Number 22.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This ball complete to Rager. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Titan football. Our Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A first down carry for Henry. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky, and that is incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Titans 10.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. Slings this deep from the... Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin as the first half is winding down. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Trubisky. And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to Derrick Henry.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Brings up second and
now it's Trubisky. They set up the screen for Henry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Uncorks one for Davis. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly... You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
10.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. You know, the defense really was pretty good on that play. I guess that was just good offense beating good defense.
And you know I hate to admit that.
I know you
absolutely hate to admit that, but you're exactly right. Good offense beat good defense and won that play.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Jalen Rager was the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
1st down, Titans.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Trubisky sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now it's Trubisky. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
And 3 at the 42-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll find Hall. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep, and boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
First down.
56 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go one more.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's sacked. A loss of 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the... start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
It's our
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Operating from the gun, Meadows. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 4th down, Meadows. And it is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
From the contact.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
5-yard line.
Throwing again. Meadows into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Meadows eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb. A gain of 18 on the play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Just like that. Just like that.
On 1st down, Meadows. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Meadows. Open is Swain, the tight end. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Meadows. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morrison. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 24-yard line. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And the Titans are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive